Hi guys!
We're Madel,
And today we're going to talk about typography.
Typography is where words are turned into visuals, literally. It is the art and technique of arranging letters, words, and sentences to be visually effective. Many might think that typography is just a text and design.
But we are here to tell you that it is much more than that. It is in fact a complex art that many take years to master. It's not just about adding text to a design and making it readable. It's actually a lot more. So, to get familiar with typography and its terms, let's start with
Serif and sans serif typefaces.
So what are these typefaces? I'm sure you've heard these terms going around a lot. Serif fonts are basically that have little lines or strokes at the end of every letter. They're more formal looking and they look like this. Some examples are Times New Roman and Garamond. Sans serif typefaces, on the other hand, do not have the little stroke at the end of every letter. They're more casual, a little more easygoing, and they look like this. Some examples are Arial and Verdana.
To help you guys remember, sans is a French word for without. That's why sans serif, without stroke.
Kringing and Tracking.
These two are really confusing at first. Even I took years before I finally get it. So kringing is the space between two characters only.
For example, in this word, the W and A are really far from each other compared to the other letters. Therefore, kerning must be applied between them to make the spacing even.
And tracking is the uniform space that is applied all throughout the characters, like this.
And finally, leading. Leading is the vertical space between your lines. This is really important to make your text more readable, so you need to be really conscious and aware of your leading.
Now moving on and using typography in your design. If you forget everything that we just spoke about, remember one thing.
The most important thing is choosing the right font for your design. Guys, this is extremely critical because your font choice can either make or break the message you're trying to convey. Always choose a font that will reflect the purpose of your content.
For example, wedding invitations uses classic concepts, so the fonts used are serif and more of calligraphy. On these ones, the fonts are more modern and clean because the concept is minimal. Typography as an art.
So normally we use typography to enhance our design or to support our design. But sometimes we can clearly turn this around and use typography as the main element in our design and create an entire poster out of it. This once again takes years to master because there is so much involved in creating a beautiful typographic poster. But here are some examples that we really like and clearly show the power of type. So that's it guys, this was typography, a little mini tutorial just to give you a quick glance over what it is.
So hit subscribe button and see you in the next episode.
Bye!